Atlanta Fire. Star-studded Atlanta Fire, one of the favorites.
Man, indeed, but that one is smack.
Oh, this one is locked into the onside, a slow short ball.
The annual Atlanta Open T20 tournament returns October 7th to 12th in Atlanta, Georgia. Presented by Atlanta Fire Cricket and Tarek Real Estate, 12 teams packed with the best domestic and international T20 talent will be on show. Catch live action on the MLC Network, Willow Cricket and T Sports.
Atlanta Fire. Star-studded Atlanta Fire, one of the favorites.
Man, indeed, but that one is smack.
Oh, this one is locked into the onside, a slow short ball.
The annual Atlanta Open T20 tournament returns October 7th to 12th in Atlanta, Georgia. Presented by Atlanta Fire Cricket and Tarek Real Estate, 12 teams packed with the best domestic and international T20 talent will be on show. Catch live action on the MLC Network, Willow Cricket and T Sports.
Atlanta Fire. Star-studded Atlanta Fire, one of the favorites.
Man, indeed, but that one is smack.
Oh, this one is locked into the onside, a slow short ball.
The annual Atlanta Open T20 tournament returns October 7th to 12th in Atlanta, Georgia. Presented by Atlanta Fire Cricket and Tariq Real Estate, 12 teams packed with the best domestic and international T20 talent will be on show. Catch live action on the MLC Network, Willow Cricket and T Sports.
Atlanta Fire, star-studded Atlanta Fire, one of the favorites.
Man, in deep, and that one is smack.
Oh, this one is lobbed into the onside, a slow, short ball.
The annual Atlanta Open T20 tournament returns October 7th to 12th in Atlanta, Georgia. Presented by Atlanta Fire Cricket and Tariq Real Estate, 12 teams packed with the best domestic and international T20 talent will be on show. Catch live action on the MLC Network, Willow Cricket and T Sports.
Atlanta Fire, star-studded Atlanta Fire, one of the favorites.
Man, in deep, and that one is smack.
Oh, this one is lobbed into the onside, a slow, short ball.
The annual Atlanta Open T20 tournament returns October 7th to 12th in Atlanta, Georgia. Presented by Atlanta Fire Cricket and Tariq Real Estate, 12 teams packed with the best domestic and international T20 talent will be on show. Catch live action on the MLC Network, Willow Cricket and T Sports.
T-L-F-I-R-E
Atlanta Fire. Star-studded Atlanta Fire, one of the favorites.
Man in deep, and that one is smack.
Oh, this one is locked into the onside, a slow short ball.
The annual Atlanta Open T20 tournament returns October 7th to 12th in Atlanta, Georgia. Presented by Atlanta Fire Cricket and Tariq Real Estate, 12 teams packed with the best domestic and international T20 talent will be on show. Catch live action on the MLC Network, Willow Cricket and T Sports.
Atlanta Fire. Star-studded Atlanta Fire, one of the favorites.
Man in deep, and that one is smack.
Oh, this one is locked into the onside, a slow short ball.
The annual Atlanta Open T20 tournament returns October 7th to 12th in Atlanta, Georgia. Presented by Atlanta Fire Cricket and Tariq Real Estate, 12 teams packed with the best domestic and international T20 talent will be on show. Catch live action on the MLC Network, Willow Cricket and T Sports.
Atlanta Fire. Star-studded Atlanta Fire, one of the favorites.
Man in deep, and that one is smack.
Oh, this one is clapped into the onside. A slow, short ball.
The annual Atlanta Open T20 tournament returns October 7th to 12th in Atlanta, Georgia. Presented by Atlanta Fire Cricket and Tarik Real Estate, 12 teams packed with the best domestic and international T20 talent will be on show. Catch live action on the MLC Network, Willow Cricket and T Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to field number 5, 2025 Atlanta Open, presented by Tarik Real Estate. Production, video, camera work, all done by 360 Productions. Brilliant afternoon, and this matchup is going to feature Khulle Sher against the Clarion Eagles. Khulle Sher, one of the better teams in the league, at least on paper, but on balance, I think you might think that there's a bit of a mismatch between them and the Clarion Eagles, who are star-studded, absolutely loaded. So the two captains in the middle with Nate Hayes. Let's see what happened. Nate?
And for the Clarion Eagles and Khulle Sher, we're ready for the toss. We have our umpires, Conrad Rogers and Noradin, and our captains, Akarshit Gomo and Prabnor Singh.
Here is the call.
You want the toss?
Hello, Prince.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing well. You've had a rough tournament so far. What is your goal for today?
Today, since it's our last game, our goal is to have fun, but at the same time, we're not here to. Well, our goal is to get one win, and then that's our goal, to win today.
You've played on this wicket before earlier in the week. You think that's going to benefit you right now?
Yes, I feel like that will benefit us because I'm playing 3 games already, and then coming into this game, we should be a little bit more confident with these pitches, and then come here to win. So, thank you.
Now, how do you feel about the result of that toss?
I I don't think that toss result will matter much. It's a T20 game. The pitch will not change much. But yeah, it looks good on the outside. Hope it gives us a favorable result.
And what's your plan in this first innings?
Just get them out as soon as possible. I mean, that can be the basic idea.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
The words of the captains you have from the Clarion Eagles, Akarshit Gomel and Prabnur Prince Singh from Khulle, Sher. You heard the words spoken to Nate Hayes, who now joins me here in the commentators area. Nate, good afternoon, and what a match we have on our hands here.
What a match we have. We've had some great weather here during the games the last 3 days. Today might be the best day of them all as far as the weather is concerned. And this match here, as Khulle Sher try to get a win before the end of their group stage against an incredibly difficult and loaded squad, this match could be very interesting.
Well, you're looking at the squad and just the names that pump or jump off of this paper at you. Tell me some of the names in the Clarion Eagles as they're going into the field. Who are you looking forward to seeing in the field? And then maybe later on with the bats.
Well, in the field, I mean, I think that they're just absolutely loaded. Usman Tariq needs no introduction. Harmeet Singh with the ball, Mohammad Mohsin. That's two incredible spinners there. Major league level spinners there.
Okay, that's actually three. Because
Well,
you just called
that's
three.
That's three. That's three incredible spinners. Obviously, then you also have Sanjay Krishnamurthy, who we'll see more of him with the bat. We might not even see him with the ball. That's how deep this bowling attack is. Stephen Wigg from USA and from the New Jersey Stallions in minor league cricket. And also from the Texas Super Kings. He is very, very, very good in the power play and also in the death. So we've got a lot of options on this team.
Well, continuing the theme of left arm pace. One of the best left arm pacers that I've seen on the circuit here in the U.S. is not even playing. He's on the squad, Clarion Eagles, but he's not playing. Najaf Shah, former Pakistani left arm quick. I've not seen any tournament where you've seen a bigger plethora of left-arm pace bowlers than you have in this 2025 Atlanta Open.
It's pretty impressive. You're right. Najaf Shah has been just a stud on this team, in the American circuit for quite some time. A serious veteran of lots and lots of first-class cricket.
Very much so. And you mentioned Harmeet Singh. You have left-arm orthodox in addition to left-arm pace. So the opening batters for Khulle Sher are going to have their work cut out for them.
They are. I was talking with some folks, and it looked like probably Ryan Scott would bat in the power play today. We saw him bat a little bit lower down the order throughout the tournament so far, but I'm not sure at what phase he'll bat. He looked pretty good yesterday for a bit, but it looks like right now we're going to start with Prince Singh and Kunwarjit Singh. And Kunwarjit, he has had an excellent minor league season coming into this week. Just class.
So obviously, and you mentioned the first name that you called was Usman Tariq. Obviously saw him on TV in the recently completed CPL. Never seen him up close. So I'm personally interested in seeing how he does. I will tell you that just from the fact that he is the player that he is and he has the repute that he does, he is box office material.
He is. He's exciting to watch. He's very fun to watch and incredibly unique. And I think that he uses every little thing at his disposal to keep a bowler, to keep the batters on their toes.
Well, going to keep the batters on their toes, and let's see whether or not they open the bowling with Usman Tariq. Harmeet Singh, the captain, or we were saying off air, there's about 6 captains on this team.
So many captains on this team. It's easy to forget which one's which. But Akarshit Gomel taking over for the Clarion Eagles this tournament. And he's got a lot at his disposal.
I mean, the resources. If you want to go spin heavy, you have that option. You have all the spinners that we just talked about. You mentioned Sanjay Krishnamurthy. He may not even bowl because they're so heavily laden, if you will, with spin. And then if you want pace, we talked about the pace of Najaf Shah, who's not even in the side today. You talked earlier also, in fact, we didn't mention this name when we were talking about left arm pace, Usman Shinwari, who is also not in the side today, but you have him on the roster. It's impossible to overstate how loaded this side is. And the fact that they've played 2-1-1 and lost one, to me, is a bit of a mystery, because for me, just looking at the names, you would not think that they'd be threatened in any match, let alone go down. And we spent all the time in the world talking about their bowlers. Let's talk about how good their batters are, particularly from the captain, Akarshik Gomel.
Well, Akarshik Gomel himself, very, very good. But they bat incredibly deep. Mukhtar Ahmed on this side, Sanjay Krishnamurthy, whom I mentioned, Team USA, very young, very talented. Sanjay Krishnamurthy really pays attention to his strike rate and tries to keep it up. So that means he's always looking for ways to score no matter where you're at. And another guy I want to highlight is Pranav Chattopadhyay, the youngster listed as a U21, who plays a lot of his cricket up in the Northeast, especially in minor league. And he looks like an absolute class future star for USA.
Well, he's an absolute star. They have their work cut out for them here. It's going to be Harmeet Singh, actually, to open the bowling. Prabnur Singh, the captain, will be on strike. Don't see this very often. All three men who are at the ready are all named Singh. Prabnur Singh and Kunwarjit Singh are the two batters. The ball is Harmeet Singh. So we are singing our way through the first session of play here, as Harmeet will take over and control things from the southern end of the ground. Left arm orthodox, bowling to Prabnur Prince Singh. Here's the first ball.
You see the turn already there. Difficult wicket we saw in the first innings. We saw a lot of this spin early on. With tons and tons of turn with that Atlanta Fire bowling attack.
Boy, the first ball spun, the second ball spun a little bit more, and immediately Akarshik Gomel at slip calls for reinforcements. This is aggressive captaincy that you like to see. Top left of your screen, that's Saif Badar, who is now at slip alongside Akarshik Gomel with that ball turning away. They're looking to put the opposition captain here under pressure. 3 in a row. I don't know that that length will bother the captain, though.
Yeah, there's so much to do with this wicket here. It's easy to find dangerous areas.
There is the ball you're looking for. That length. And in fact, he knocked him over. My apologies. I was slightly offline here. Not quite seeing it live, but pretty much when the two bails are on the ground, that means somebody got dismissed. None for one.
And what a fast start for Clarion. This dangerous bowling attack here. You watch Harmeet. Look at this. What a beautiful delivery.
If we can see that replay again, and I hate to criticize Prabnur Singh, look at his front foot. His front foot is going literally opposite of the way that it should be going. Watch that front foot. It should be going across to the pitch. It actually goes back away. For some reason, he felt the need to back out of the line of the ball. You want to get in line to play that ball. It's literally the opposite of what you want to be doing to that ball.
Well, he must have been anticipating an arm ball, I guess. I guess the only reason that you would do that, but that ball is turning so well against the right-handed batter. I don't know why you would. You saw Matthew Cross with the gloves, how casually he didn't even celebrate the wicket. It was such a good delivery, but Singh gave him space to find the off stump.
That is the most optimistic reading of that dismissal that I think I would have ever been able to hear from you, Nate Hayes.
Oh, yeah, I'm trying.
Anticipating the arm ball.
Hey, I'm trying to give him an alibi. It wasn't very well played, that's for sure. And now we have Agni Chopra.
Agni Chopra, lefty. So this makes a difference. The ball will be turning into the left-hander. He'll prefer that to the ball than the ball leaving him. But look at that. There's now a leg slip. Saf Badar at that position at leg slip. Chopped on. 2-2.
And now Harmeet on hat trick. What a dangerous bowler he is, and starting off on fire. Chopra's got to go sit down early after just one ball, golden duck.
Nate, you've played a little cricket in your time. Ball drifting in from around the wicket, biting, and then attempting to pull that one away. Honestly, I don't have an issue with the choice of shot. He under-edged it, but the ball was short enough to be pulled, and you want to put the pressure back on the bowling unit. Unfortunate for him that it just dragged it onto his stumps. But I'm starting to ask you, you've played a bit of cricket in your time. Have you ever been clean bowled first ball?
Sure. Absolutely.
That has happened to me. It is about the worst feeling imaginable. You spend 10 minutes padding up. Not these gloves. Those are the old ones. These sweat a little bit too much when I have these on. Let's put the inners on, and then let's put these nice brand new gloves on.
Yeah.
Here's a helmet that I just got off of eBay a couple of weeks ago. I am all in readiness. Okay, let's put some sunscreen on my face because I'll be up there for a while.
Then you do your best butt kicks and your little shimmies and your skips across the ground on your way to the crease. Look like you know what you're doing. That you're ready to go.
Looking up to the sky, all of that. First ball, boom. End of innings. Go take all that stuff off. Last ball, hat trick ball. Oh, what a beautiful delivery for the hat trick ball. It is a double wicket maiden to start. The Khulle Sher team is none for two.
Well, that is rough. In fact, Brian, I got out one time, first ball, doing exactly what you recommended Agni Chopra do. Swinging over top of a ball that stayed low, that was short, that stayed low on a tricky pitch, and boom.
That's all she wrote?
That was all. That was it. So I feel for Agni Chopra.
Harmeet Singh, for some reason, is asking me to laugh. I'm not sure exactly why. Now, second over is about to start. All of a sudden, everybody's having something to say to us here in the commentary area. And that appears to be Stephen Wigg about to start his over from the northern end of the ground.
Wigg struggled a little bit last week in the minor league Super 8 early on, but he came around and we got to see the Stephen Wigg that we know.
Mm-hmm.
Turned out later he was playing with a fever.
Oh, man.
So let's hope he's well recovered.
So you've seen Stephen Wigg for a few years now. Stop me if you've heard this before. I love left-handed fast bowlers. And when we were just going through all the lefty fast bowlers, we didn't call his name, who's one of the premier lefty bowlers in the country himself. So what is it that Stephen Wigg does so well in your mind?
To me, I think the thing that he does the best, he's very good in this phase, in the power play. But it's his control, it's his accuracy with those wide Yorkers and the depth that I think really allows him to bowl at a higher level. He's so accurate with the Yorkers. The fact that he's a left-handed bowler definitely...
Oh, my goodness, a dismissal. That is... you've got to be kidding. This is about the softest dismissal that I've ever seen. And it's so soft that I actually didn't see it because it was just played, defended in front of the stumps, and everybody was going back. It's still a live ball, but for some reason... the batter is not in his crease. Let's see if we can pick up what happens here.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, let's see. Where are you going? Where in the world are you going? Why is that necessary? We'd obviously need to have a square look to see if he was actually over the line. But if you're, but you have no one to blame. You played the defensive shot. The ball is at your feet. The bowler is coming down on you and is follow through. Why are you taking 4 steps down the pitch?
It was far too casual. It was the only thing more casual was our call on the play.
Solid call. Solid call. Solid call.
I was actually looking at you when it happened.
I mean, it looked like it was about to be a dead ball.
Yeah.
So that's frustrating. 3 wickets are down. No runs yet on the board. Ryan Scott coming to the crease. Can Ryan Scott pull a rabbit out of a hat here and pull his team out of what is an absolutely disastrous start?
Well, I thought he would bat in the power play today. I didn't think he'd do it 3 down in the second over. We know what Ryan Scott's capable of. He's got a great track record as far as scoring quickly, going big. Right now, they got to go long in terms of through the overs long, not in terms of how many meters you can clear the boundary by.
I think they need both. They absolutely need both. You need runs to beat this team, and you're not going to beat them by scoring, 80, 90. You've lost 3 top order runs, or 3 top order wickets, and literally not a single run is on the board yet. This is not a good position from which you can manufacture victories very often. Appeal. Gone! Oh, you have got to be kidding. Well, Nate Hayes, you told me that you needed to leave at the halfway point between the innings. It looks like we may have the entire match before you even need to leave.
It's possible. Well, we want it to be a good one. Stephen Wigg now on hat trick. So for the second time today, we have a bowler on hat trick. We're not even through the 4th ball of the second over. But that, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
He's playing across the line, playing to square leg on a ball that is on the stumps. Let's stipulate for a second that we're not directly in line with the stumps, but just the choice of shot alone tells me that he's in trouble.
Yeah, great point.
If you ask me to guess where that ball would have hit, I'm guessing leg stump. But we're not directly in line, so it's hard to know. But no question that the ball was too straight for you to be playing the Brian Lara. We talked about Brian Lara earlier. The Brian Lara whipped the square leg. It's a lovely shot if the ball is going down the leg side. If it's on the stumps and if it's bouncing, it's not quite as good a shot if it's pulling on the stumps.
Well, we have seen the ball kind of spring up at that length, well, not that length, but on this end, we've seen it a little bit up and down, which kind of just furthers your point about how you want to play it, especially just coming into the middle.
For this, I don't know that I've ever seen a game on any level where inside the first 2 overs, there have been 2 bowlers on a hat trick. Here's a hat trick ball from Stephen Wigg. No, let's be specific. I said hat-trick ball. That's not correct, because the first one was a run-out. It would have been 3 consecutive wickets,
That's a good point.
But it would not have been a hat-trick. It would have been a team hat-trick. But that right there is the first run of the day, and I believe it was a leg by. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But the first run of the day is what you just saw, and it certainly was a leg by. So, nothing yet off the bat. A really tricky start here. Well, to say a tricky start is understating it. It's an absolute pounding that they're taking so far from the Clarion Eagles. Khulle Sher, Stephen Wigg back into his work. Zaidul on strike. Oh, I'll tell you what, that's a good-looking shot. Just proper defensive push into the offside, no run. But sometimes having that ball meet the middle of your bat does well for you.
Yeah, it was really nice shot after a couple of things that we've seen so far. Especially so, but it looks very much in control.
Clipped into the deep. That, in fact, will be the first run off the bat. A disastrous start here, though. 2 runs coming from over number 2 and 2 wickets. Good one from Stephen Wigg. Score is 2 for 4.
Yeah, if you were Clarion, you love this start. It's a tight tournament, and they've got such a deep squad. You're going to want to head into the next phase on fire, and it certainly helps to get that net run rate up high too.
So you touched on something that would probably require further discussion, and I don't know very many people who are better suited with which to have this discussion than you, Ned Hayes, as Harmeet Singh goes back into the attack. Outside edge is away from Saif Badar at second slip. He's standing wide. He's the only slip. In fact, no, there was two slip fielders. It was to the right of Saif Badar, not quite able to get to it. But the question I wanted to ask you is, you see the replay here, those the two slip fielders, boy, didn't quite carry it to him too. So let's give the batter credit for keeping it down. But talk to me about net run rate calculations and net run rate ramifications, if you will. If you are Clarion Eagles and you have a team 3 for 4.
Oh my goodness.
And it seems like a wicket is coming.
Yeah. This is just a nightmare situation for Khulle Sher. Yeah, I think you have me mistaken for Joe Hickey with that question.
No, I don't mean necessarily calculating it. But at what point do you think, okay, we're not going to lose this game from here, 3 for 4, 3 delivers into over number 3, or over number 4 rather.
Well,
do we now start saying, let's see if we can put ourselves into a better position net run rate wise? Do we try to bowl them out keep the strike bowlers on throughout, try to bowl them out inside 10 overs, and then go chase it down inside 10?
Well,
inside 5.
This is exactly what Akershit was talking about in the toss. I said, well, what's your plan this inning? He said, well, bowl them out as quickly as we can.
Yeah.
That was his plan. So they clearly are thinking in these ways. And that will really free them up in the second innings to go big from go if they are managed to do that. Now, if they manage to go the distance here with a very low score that essentially does the same thing.
If one were to say, for example, if one were to say, you know what, Stephen Wigg, take a break. We don't need any other pace bowlers today. And in fact, I'll say the rest of that in a minute. 4 for 4 after 3.
Atlanta Fire. Star-studded Atlanta Fire. One of the favorites.
Man, deep, and that one is smack.
Oh, this one is lobbed into the onside. A slow, short ball.
Well, if you look at the table, Brian, Clarion Eagles at the top of it, on their side of the bracket.
Over the top. Does that go all the way for 4? It does. Boy, do you need a whole lot more of those. Finish your thought.
Absolutely. Yeah, Clarion Eagles at the top of the table, they have the net run rate advantage right now. This would, if they manage to convert on this promise of this innings and of this game here, that would really boost them up quite a bit over the Central Cardinals and the Kingsmen, who are just behind them. Currently just a small edge of a advantage over the Central Cardinals in the table at 1.67 net run rate to 1.4.
Oh, extra bounce as well there, Sam Malhotra, to keep that from going into Sanjay Krishnamurthy's hands at backward point. Look at this, extra bounce. Curling in nicely too. We always talk about that patch of grass. You get that ball in that area, it does weird things, particularly if you're a pace bowler who has the ability to trouble the batters with your pace. So back to you. I almost said Joe Hickey. Nate Hayes. Even if you can't calculate the net run rate advantage to the 5th place like Joe Hickey can probably do in his head, even if you can't do that, how important is it for you to try to make some separation, create some separation between these two?
The big importance is you want to finish at the top of the table because 3 teams from each table are going to advance to the next round. In the next round, if you're the top of the table, the top of the group, you kind of advance automatically, and the other 2 teams have to play in order to face you. So you want to finish at the top of the table to earn yourself that free pass to what's essentially the semifinal.
Very interesting. So 2 runs down the ground. So some signs of life here from the bat of Said Malhotra. 10 runs on the board, believe it or not. 4 wickets and 4 wickets down still. But some signs of life, as I said. Maybe you don't get bowled out for 20. So to that same point, it might be that you look to sort of get things going and keep the strike bowlers on as long as you can. Chopped to Mohammed Mohsin, short backward square leg. The question I was asking at the end of the last over, do you tell Stephen Wigg after this over, you know what, let's take a break, and then just throw 16 overs of spin? You have Sanjay Krishnamurthy, who appears to be warming up. I don't know if he's coming into bowl, but he looks like he's warming up. You still have 2 overs from Harmeet Singh. You have Usman Tariq. You have Mohammed Mohsin. You have all kinds of spin options. What a great delivery that one is. You have Saf Badar, who can come up and turn his arm over. So 4 overs done, 11 runs on the board. You have so many different options. Might you just throw spin at them the entire way?
Yeah, I mean, totally. I think so. Like you said, you have so many options here and so many guys who can bowl spin during the power play as well. I don't see any reason not to do that. That said, Stephen Wigg, quite good in the power play, already with a wicket today. But he's also really, really good in the death. So typically teams are going to want to hold him back for a couple of overs in the death.
Going back to the same conversation, though, do you say, you know what, forget about the death. We're going to win this game anyway. Let's bowl them out right now.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Keep the pressure on while it's there.
And keeping the pressure on is what they're doing. 2 slip fielders in position. You've seen that almost exclusively. In fact, after the first 2 balls, Harmeet Singh bowled. He immediately got 2 slips in. They've both been there ever since.
You got to have some sympathy here for the batters, having seen the ball turning so much.
Is Mukhtar Ahmed warming up to bowl? Is everybody on this field going to be bowling spin today?
I think they all want to crack at it. Everybody's looking at this and they're licking their chops, that's for sure.
If you've ever turned your arm over at any level of cricket and you're in this team, you get to bowl today.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see Matthew Cross rolling his arms around back there with the gloves on right now.
Boy. So, Harmeet Singh, 2 overs, 4 balls, has only conceded 2 runs, has taken 2 wickets, and that's the kind of day it's been for Khulle Sher. Get a single here. So, do you bowl out Harmeet Singh? Your bowling options are just innumerable.
I don't see any reason not to, really. I would just keep him going. He's
looks to play.
He was through the shot.
Play the sweep. Maybe luckily for him, Zaid Alam, he did not make contact with that because that would have spooned straight up in the air. Look at this replay again.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. He was through the shot pretty quick, but you're right. Look at the way that turned. Unbelievable. It would have definitely just popped straight up, and the only question would have been which guy is going to catch it.
Exactly. End of over number 5. 12. I cannot believe I'm about to say this. 12 for 4.
We will see Sanjay Krishnamurthy. He was the first to roll his arm around, so the first come, first serve, I think. Sanjay's been absolutely sensational for USA, in Major League Cricket for that San Francisco Unicorns team, minor league cricket as captain of the East Bay Blazers.
Well, he's been very successful for the USA, but mostly with the bat.
Yes.
Hasn't bowled much.
Well, when you've got the options they have, when you have Nosh Kenjige, when you have Harmeet Singh, and you're not playing every game in Oman.
Lofted. Is this catchable? It is not catchable. The first 6 of the innings from Zaid Alam.
It was a really great shot. I'm not sure how much pressure that takes off of the innings, but that's where you want to start at least.
It gives you something else to think about. And it's a great shot for the simple reason that he plays it over long off. Many batters would want to try to play that over long on, hit against the turn. That's a simple catch to mid on. But he strikes it with the turn and gets it in that direction. Really good looking shot. So maybe slight signs of a fight back here from Zaid Alam. Saeed Malhotra himself now on strike. 10 from 16, Zaid Alam 9 from 10.
It was a very good shot, and it had to be to clear the fielder out there. That's not a small distance to hit the ball. Sahib at Malhotra right now. And he's gone.
He thinks that he had that come off of his hand. I will tell you, and I just heard it from my left here, why didn't he go through with the shot? He was there. It's a similar ball to the one that was hit for 6. He started going for it and then checked the shot. Look at this. Checks the shot. You're right there. Just go through with the shot. Oh, this clean off the edge of the bat. Straightforward catch by Saif Badar at first slip. That is the end of over number 6. The 5 in the power play, Nate Hayes.
Just absolutely ridiculous. 20 for 5 after the power play. Sahab Malhotra is going to head back. But yeah, how do you not go through with the shot there? That's hard. Looks like there's a lot in the minds of these batters right now. As Brian and Harmeet.
For some reason, Harmeet Singh thinks I'm a stand-up comedian, and I'm not exactly sure why.
So Harmeet saying that he would buy a ticket to watch Brian Walters. You don't need a ticket, just join us on YouTube.
So half of the side has been dismissed inside the power play, Nate Hayes.
Yes, it has. And now we're going to see something special here from the south end with the ball.
Well, we've seen him on TV. We've seen him hesitate during his delivery stride. There. Optimistic appeal, that one.
Now Harmeet's asking Brian to be the curator.
To be the curator. This is me leaving it go through to the keeper. Oh, goodness. It may end up being a short day's work here, Nate Hayes.
See that hesitation from... Oh, my goodness.
He's a handful on a batter's wicket. On a wicket like this,
It's almost unfair.
oh,
It's almost unfair. You have to wait, see when he's going to deliver it, then wait and see how much it's going to bounce, and wait and see how much it's going to spin. And
oh, boy. Absolutely nothing convincing about what you're seeing from Zaid Alam right now.
well, we have seen some good shots from Zaid throughout the week. He's going to need a whole bunch of them today.
Reverse sweep. That's one way of doing it. Look, Harmeet needs to just come over here and commentate because he's already doing it anyway.
Well, well, sometimes people say if you're early, you're on time. You're always going to be early, I think, to Usman as he stops his run up the way that he does.
Wow.
Zaid was very early to get in position for that reverse sweep, but
Yes.
he was able to hold up and deliver a good shot.
Well, oh, solid in defense. Good looking defensive shot. And another dot finishes things out in over. Number 7. It's an interesting one. Half the side is still out. 24 for 5 after 7.
Yeah, interesting to say the least. I've now done 4 games on this ground. The first 3 went for at least 145 in the first innings. If we get anywhere remotely near that right now, it'll have been some serious job done. It will be actually one of the most amazing things you could imagine.
In theory, it could start snowing right now.
There's a lot of time, though.
Right now. It could start snowing. We could have 6 inches of snow on the ground by nightfall, in theory.
Whew.
Great delivery.
Sanjay went for 8 in his first over, but got a wicket. There's an appeal.
Not sure whether or not Harmeet Singh is appealing for a leg before or a catch. Let's see if we can pick up what this is.
I think he'll appeal for one and then maybe switch to the other.
Oh, I believe this is a catch. That looks like it's off of the edge. Oh,
Definitely put down if so. And it is tough here. I think both ends are giving a lot of fits to the batters here.
No question. Absolutely no question.
Although Sanjay doesn't bowl a lot for USA, look how smooth and repeatable this action is that he has. He's just a very skilled guy. He masters skills so well with he's got such great body control. He's very strong.
Oh my goodness, yes. I mean, you've seen him from how many years now?
5 years back, yeah.
5 years ago, he was athletic but slim. He is absolutely filled out, really burly chest. It's not huge, but very well defined. And the type of body that he has is very conducive to not only being able to hit big, but also do well with the ball in hand. End of over number 8. It's a maiden from Sanjay Krishnamurthy, 24 for 5.
Yeah, you said it. Even before he filled out, he was very strong. Kind of that wiry strength you see from some guys. There's Harmeet on the screen. Let's see what he's going to say.
You're on the screen right now, just so you know.
Here he is. He's stationed himself out here. I think he probably asked if he could play this position.
Exactly.
As Usman continues, much to the dismay of Khulle Sher.
I think that's fair.
It's such an interesting action. I don't even know why he actually runs up at all.
Because whatever momentum you'd have gained running up, you lose it right there.
I mean, I think, honestly, take advantage of the fact that you don't have to run up, really, and just do the wackiest thing you can every time as you're running up.
It is, in baseball terms, an extended balk.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, this would very much be illegal in baseball. But we are playing cricket, and there's a little more creativity allowed.
Very honestly, with all the rules that have been changed in cricket in the last, let's say, 20 years, the game has become a batter's game. And so even though I don't necessarily, in fact, I don't like this at all, I like having something go in favor of the bowling side every once in a while, or in favor of the bowlers.
Sure.
So even though that hesitation would drive me crazy, and as a spectator, it's not something that I love to see, I at least like to know that there are things that a bowler can do to upset the batters that are legal.
That's exactly what I like about it. And because it's just so unique and different.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe it's a little bit of brand building too. Make yourself stand out.
Well, he certainly stands out.
That's the end of 9, 28, loss of 5.
The annual Atlanta Open T20 tournament returns October 7th to 12th in Atlanta, Georgia. Presented by Atlanta Fire Cricket and Tarek Real Estate, 12 teams packed with the best domestic and international T20 talent will be on show. Catch live action on the MLC Network, Willow Cricket, and T Sports.
News for his third over. Great figures so far. Eight runs with a wicket in the. He's got one maiden in there. It's an appeal, and the finger goes up very quickly. Simranjit's day is done. He'll join most of the rest of the team.
Well, that was not nice. from around the wicket, slanting in, very full. Stop me if you've heard this before. If you play across a straight ball, you do so at your peril. And umpire Conrad Rogers not having much hesitation to raise that finger. So 6 wickets are down, 30 runs are not yet on the board. So this spell that should have started between not the two batters at the crease, but between the two commentators currently sitting beside me, that spell should probably start now if you all want to commentate for a while, because I don't know how much further this is going to go.
Yeah, well, let's have a good old time here, and hopefully Romario King has a good old time to extend this innings for Khulle Sher, because we want to see some fight here. Zaid Alam has done a good job fighting, 15 from 19 balls. He seems very determined at the other end, but we're going to see Romario King right now, and we're going to see what he can do.
Well, Nate, Romario King will have to stand firm on that throne today, because 28 for 6 does look dismal for the call share at the moment. But a wide will surely help to add some more to the total.
Absolutely gives him a look at the ball. Very full that time. Taking the danger out of it. And Romario will get off the mark with a single.
Good for him, being a little watchful and playing the ball as it should be played. Safeguarding his wickets in the process.
Now, this is definitely a difficult situation to be in, Chelsea.
Sure is.
What are you telling your team? As a coach, what are you telling your guys or your gals?
Well, at this point, we should be trying to see how we can bat out the 20 overs here. Nothing too fancy. Nothing too fancy, as that one looked like it came off the pad there. Umpire.
Yeah, I'm not sure where it pitched, but it looked like it was going to turn. It's going to miss outside leg, it looks like.
Ooh, boy. He is in the witch's brew right now, because it looks like he is in survival mode after those last two deliveries.
Yeah, a little bit. Chopped that one right onto the keeper there, Matthew Cross, who looked like he was wincing a bit after that. And that'll wrap up the first 10 overs. 31 with a loss of 6. Lots and lots of trouble here for Khulle Sher.
I must say, I am in full agreement. Someone have to play an innings and a half in 10 overs right now, because I can tell if it goes how it's been going for the first 10, this might be the lowest score of the tournament so far. So I hope Khulle Sher will do their best not to be that team.
Yeah, nobody wants to be that team. And you're going to have to get going here against Usman, which is not at all easy.
Usman Tariq, oh boy. To add salt in the wound right now. Usman coming off a great CPL for TKR, the winners of that tournament. This is surely not what Saeed was looking forward to.
Well, Chelsea, you weren't at all happy about that tournament and results, I'm sure.
Oh, I will never say such a thing.
Well, how cool was it to see Sorab involved in that?
Well, listen, TKR has won 5 of all the CPL tournaments. 5 out of the number, so you can't tell a TKR fan not to mention such a great feat right now.
Well, I don't blame you at all. Honestly, it's a team I've enjoyed cheering for with Ali Khan, Sorab. So there's a lot of connection there to the USA.
Yeah. And so Tariq looks like he thinks he's at CPL right now. Oh, Mario is not able to make good connection with that last ball there. Just slowly rolling away to the onside. And the first slipsman running to retrieve it. No run scored.
He backs away, gives himself a little bit of time to maybe deal with something unpredictable.
But I think he was having a hard time figuring out when he's supposed to play that ball, because Tariq took his time, yeah?
Yeah, I think so. He is difficult, that's for sure. You can get to 1 or 2 Mississippi before he gets it out of his hand.
Surely. With that last one, though, is a freebie, another wide to add to the over here. And that's the most action we get in where runs is concerned at the moment. All right, as he works that one away.
Very well played there. Ending over 11 at 35 for 6. Now we've seen some guys playing some shots across the line. You know the wicket's tricky. You've said that you'd be telling your team right now to go the full 20. Regardless of whether or not you get there, you want to be getting out by playing the right shots, not by playing the wrong shots.
I agree with you wholeheartedly, Nate. At this moment is really about following the line of the ball and really keeping your eyes glued to it and playing the ball on the right merit, because anything rash or out of the line, any shot played out of the line of the ball, it seems that Clarion Eagles gonna really be soaring high over the culture at the moment. So they need to be more mindful and more, calm and relaxed and try to just get through the overs, pick up the singles and so forth.
Well, North End, we got Mohammed Mohsen, one of the top spinners in the country with the leg spin, and I'll tell you what, he's got a repertoire of weapons. You can speed it up, he can slow it down, he can loop it in, he can turn it both directions.
Yeah, that first ball almost could have been a caught, but it didn't carry to that fielder sitting in the cover region there, short mid-wicket region.
He's been quite good this summer. One of the most successful bowlers in Major League Cricket domestically.
Tight bowling all around here from the Clarion. 3-dot balls to start off the 11.3. Run rate is just basically 3 runs and over, and we're already in the 11.3.
So he's getting a lot of turn there, and Mario King is going to want to get off strike right now. You don't want to be pinned there too many times for Mohsen. There's an appeal.
Geez.
And he's given LBW.
Given, yeah.
Well,
definitely.
Mohsen had just turned the prior one away from the batter, and this one looked like it stayed on straight at the very least. Cut the pad.
Umpire Conrad took some time there to really contemplate, I don't know exactly what, but that one definitely was directly going to hit the wickets, hitting the batsman on his leg, but just under the pad region. So as he bent forward to play that shot, so definitely look direct to me.
Yeah, the only question would have been, did he get anything on it with the bat? But it didn't look like it to me. It was really well delivered, as Mohammed Mohsen does what he does. Turns it one way, then turns it another.
Yeah.
And if you don't pick that out, he's just too quality with the delivery and too accurate.
I mean, this side, Clarion Eagles on paper is definitely what you would consider a bomb squad. Because everybody seems to be, exploding with wickets right now.
Absolutely. And we have speaking of the bomb squad, we got a little bit of a minefield out there.
Yeah, 2 slips. Pretty much an aggressive field. I mean, the Clarion Eagles seems to be.
Yeah, they seem to be well ahead right now. At the end of 12 overs, 35 with a loss of 7. And we are back here. Usman continues, and it's his final over, and somehow he hasn't taken a wicket yet.
I mean, how is this even possible here? 7 wickets gone, and he was not able to snag one just yet. He might be feeling left out, I think.
It's unusual to see Usman dominated so much. Oh, I'm joking, of course.
Well, right now the batters have the upper hand. With Tariq, no wickets in hand. The batter's feeling strong.
Well,
I'm sure he will want to change that soon.
I think he's just a team player. He's only got 3 balls left of his day.
All right, as he worked that one off to backward square. Taking one single.
Zaid, got to give Zaid some credit. He's played some appropriate shots today. The 6 that he hit was absolutely gorgeous.
I mean, seeing the fact that Usman hasn't taken a wicket yet and this is his final over, it would be in the best favor for the Khulle to see this last ball through and don't give him that scalp. There we go.
That was a nice, responsible sweep, staying on top of the ball.
Yeah.
I'll end the 13th over 38 for 7, so get a little bit closer and closer to batting the full 20. You still only have 3 wickets in hand, but it's something we can discuss.
Yeah, definitely. You want to still give yourself a chance to get some more runs on the board. I mean, you're setting the target. So not bowling 20 overs. I mean, not batting 20 overs would not be a good idea.
Take a look at the overs. See a lot of dots there. A lot of little double I's. And it's just been a tough day if you're Khulle Sher. We've seen a few maidens and just a disaster inning so far for Khulle Sher.
Oh, you see? And there goes the death of the reverse sweep.
There he goes.
If you wanna see what the pavilion looks like,
well, there's something over there.
Take the risk. Take the risk of that reverse shot. The reward is not as grand as it would be if you would just play the normal cricket shots.
Maybe there's some really good lunch on offer over there. But yeah, you see the reverse sweep right into the hands of the fielder. And we were just talking about the fact that they might actually get to that 20, or that it's looking like it's more and more possible. And I just praised Zaid for having a pretty responsible innings. And that's the end of his day.
Yeah.
But he did bat the longest of anybody so far.
Well, we have to give some credit to that. You know, the more you stay out on the pitch, maybe, you know, you learn something that you could take away to your next time out there. So, but I mean, 2 more wickets in hand. We have 6.5 overs left. I mean, we don't need rash shots, really. Oh, Jesus is Lord.
Oh,
Was that a drop?
Dive there from the leg slip fielder. It's like Badar. Oh, and this could have been a really great play.
My goodness.
Leg slip does not look like an easy position.
It's a blinder most of the times. He did well to get in the direction. He just wasn't able to hold on in the end. But that was a great try. As they work down to mid-on for a single.
So that's 2 wickets so far for Mohsen. Just the 1 run there. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look at that bounce.
The batsman is like, what do I do now? You know, I can't do anything with this.
Just wants to make sure everybody sees what he's got to deal with.
Ooh, that one might be.
Pretty well played there. Mandeep Singh. Now we've got Abdullah Ghazi.
And completing that 14th over. 40 for 8. Come on. 6 overs. I want to see more cricket. Let's go.
Chelsea, I think you're giving them the rah-rah. Is that your motivational speech right there?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Come on, guys. You got this. 6 more overs. Let me see some more cricket.
Absolutely.
Hamid Singh doesn't seem to agree. Gesticulating that he's going to catch the next batter here on the boundary.
Oh my goodness, that would be something.
Instead, he had to feel a single that he chose to the wicket keeper.
And Amandeep Singh comes onto strike now.
Is that Krishnamurti bowling there? Okay.
That's Sanjay bowling now from the south end.
Ooh, my goodness, we could have a bowling clinic right now.
So much turn here for the left arm orthodox spinners from this end against the right-handed batters. Well, against everybody, but it's a nightmare for the righties.
Still not able to penetrate the field. Another dot ball. They're keeping it pretty tight here right now. The Clarion Eagles. Let's see how Khulle bunks back. Ooh.
Ooh, just got the hands there in time.
Yeah, defense is good. I mean, if it's targeting your wicket, it's best to defend at this moment. Don't want to lose another wicket. That's it.
Yeah, that looked like a good one there. Just keep it out.
Yeah, I mean, these two batters in the wicket right now should be more or less playing a semi structured innings.
This one gets through everybody. They'll get two off of that.
Yeah, picking up those two singles, but really playing a structured innings to at least bat out the next 5 overs.
And that brings us to the end of the 15th over. 43 with a loss of 8.
So, Coach Chelsea Douglas, your team is batting first. Yes, it's a much more powerful side, at least on paper. That's the opponent. But you all have lost 8 wickets inside of 16 overs, really inside of 14 overs. How do you exhort your team to drag themselves all the way to at least bat to 20 overs? What are you saying to your guys right now?
I'm saying to practically concentrate on the basics at the moment. Get in those singles, putting away the bad ball if it come. We know they are far and few in this with this team at the moment. But picking your length and your line and playing the right straight shots, getting behind the ball, defending in your wicket. Because the goal right now is not only to get the runs, but to stay there. This is the goal we want. Stay all the way to 20.
Staying all the way to 20 is not easy against bowlers like Mohamed Mohsin, who rushes onto you in a number of ways just because he can bowl that quicker, flatter one, but he gets through his overs so quickly. I was once umpiring a game that he was bowling in. He bowled an over from my end in 1 minute and 30 seconds. The entire over.
Oh, wow.
So he gets through his overs like this. It doesn't give the batter any time to relax. It is a really brilliant effort on his part. 16 overs are done, 46 for 8. Last 4, you're dragging your team kicking and screaming toward 20 overs. Do you start thinking in terms of a target, or do you just say, let's just bat through 20 overs and see what happens?
I mean, at this point, we playing the game in a phase here, right? So this, we are back against the wall. If that I was the coach of the Khulle at the moment, 46 for 8. Nobody expected, I'm sure, to be in this position at this point in time. So in this last 4 over phase here, the final 5th of the match, I mean, you have to really want to be there for all of it. So being able to pick up runs is always the key because you want more on the scoreboard. But challenging yourself to complete 20 overs is also a focus here at this point in time, and the runs will only come if you're still at the pitch.
So Harmeet Singh, excuse me, got tired of being down here talking to us. And he's not in to bowl his last over. The ball staying in the air, not quite carrying to the captain, Akarshit Gomel at short extra cover. What a cricketer. He has so many skills. Punishing left-handed batter, brilliant left-arm bowler, a live wire in the field. I don't know, given where you are in this game, that you'll need him with the bat today. Worse things have happened, more crazy things have happened, but you would think that whatever target ends up being set here, let's say if you bat through the rest of this innings, scoring at a rate of 2.88, the final score will be 58. 58 won't challenge most sides. You wouldn't think that it would challenge a side with the strength of the Clarion Eagles.
Yeah, their back is already, against the wall. So 2 rash shots could mean we at 46. So if we stay there and play and take our time and see, here we go. So that's the end of the over, is it? Over number 17 closes at 46.8. But as I wanted to take a look at this replay here before I mentioned.
Unplayable. Unplayable.
My goodness. Even the batter is like, come on, man. Give me a chance here. But as I wanted to say before we went into that replay is that 2 good balls and the innings is over for the culture. So the focus should be to finish batting these 3 overs as much as they can, and that's the goal right now.
So I'll put a different question to you this way. You're batting, or at least you're bowling on a pitch that is showing just ridiculous amounts of turn in the way that you are. This one is. And this, by the way, is Stephen Wake back into the attack. Are you celebrating because, my goodness, we just got some wickets and we are about to bowl out a team for less than 60 runs, most likely? Or do you start getting concerned and saying, we also need to bat on this pitch and we need to apply ourselves here?
So remember, runs on the board is runs on the board, right? So, I'm not sure with the lights of this team. On paper here, they seem to could probably make 60 runs while running through the Ram stage in their dreams.
Wow.
But
Skied, is this catchable? 6. It is not catchable. It goes for 6, believe it or not.
That's it.
Harmeet Singh is literally coming over into the commentary area to commentate. This is his retirement gig, he says, as this ball is smashed into the deep for 6. That is the second 6 of the innings, believe it or not.
That's good. You're still out there. You can hit 6.
And that brings up to 50, by the way.
We still have how many balls?
Still have 16 balls remaining.
Yeah. Who knows? We might reach to 100 if we get more of those. Look at that. Look at that. 4 runs straight down the ground there for Abdullah
Ghazi.
This is the point. What I'm trying to make is not about rash shots. It's about sticking around. You never know what's coming. So you get that opportunity to swing your bat and go straight down the ground is usually a safe place to be. So that's the key there.
Well, Stephen Wiggs' figures look downright horrendous by comparison, and I'm obviously being very sarcastic. 1 for 19 from 2.3 overs. You'll take that every day. That is skied. Somebody will be underneath it. Long on is there. Long off is there. It lands short of long off. I'll tell you what, the ball stayed in the air forever. Is it ever case, Chelsea Douglas, that you think a catch, maybe not you specifically, but a cricketer, that's going to be so hard to get to. I don't know if I can hold on to that. How about I just let it fall? Does that ever happen?
I would hope not. No, I'm not asking a coach that question. I mean, I want to see you running like Usain Bolt, like, towards it. I mean, you guys already say I'm tough, so.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. We missed your comment. Regulation catch, that one?
Nah, not that one was a, I and all couldn't see through the clouds. Yeah, but the whole, when you do like Abdul Ghazi right now, which is batting, taking your time and trying to get the runs, you get a little break with something like that where the catch doesn't go into the hand because you're actually not trying to be, should I say, like, just flaying your bat. You want to play straight.
62 for 8. Believe it or not, more than 25% of the runs in this innings have come from that last over. 16 in all. End of 18. 62 for 8. Mohamed Mohsen will come back in to bowl here. 3 overs rather. 2 for 5. The most ridiculous of figures. Should have had another one there. Put down at slip. It looks like Saf Badar run out opportunity. They went to the wrong end. It's a comedy of errors to start over number 19.
Yeah, this is what happens when you stick around. You get lives that was owed to you. Yes. Look at the replay of this.
Catchable. Harmeet Singh.
Now this is.
Now the less said about that, the better. We can show it. Oh, we're going to show it 5 more times.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, I would say that one is regulation. What do you guys think?
Yes, that is the old regulation catch. Now, it does mean that you still get a chance to bat out 20 overs here. Wrapped on the pad, umpire Nuruddin is thinking and says no. Tell you what, these umpires are under pressure.
My goodness.
Let's see if we can pick anything up on this one. Oh, we might be shielded by the non-striker here. Yeah, we're shielded by the non-striker.
Well, the man in the middle didn't seem to budge for that, so we'll take his viewpoint.
And I will tell you this. Umpiring in a match like this with a team with multiple first-class players, including at least a couple who've dropped catches right in front of us, that is not easy. Quicker delivery. Ooh. Wow, how did that miss the off stump?
My goodness. I must say this 19 over was an active one for sure.
End of 19. What do they have? 6 more balls left in them. Can they bat out the remaining 6 deliveries and maybe set a target of about 75? Is that possible, Chelsea Douglas?
It's possible. It's absolutely possible. At this point in time, they could probably try to push to get more because they have one more batter inside. They could go for a couple shots at least in the first 3 balls. See what they can get from it. Maybe some to go across the boundary line. That would be helpful.
The eternal optimist, Chelsea Douglas. Stephen Wigg, who's the only bowler whose figures will not jump off of the screen at you in terms of how good they are. His economy rate has been 8. and easily the most expensive of the bowlers today. Looks for the big swipe here. Let's just go through the economy rates of the other bowlers. Tell me what you see here.
Yeah, I mean, we have Hamid Singh under one in 4 overs to 2 wickets in hand. So that was amazing stuff. And then we have Sanjay with 3.5 and 4. Tariq finishing up with 3.8. But Sanjay got 2 wickets to add to that, so pretty good.
That is a good catch. Well judged. Very clean catch. Taken casual. Almost too casual if you're a coach. But he did the right thing. Held on to it. Judged it beautifully.
Oh, I wouldn't complain about a casual catch that is caught. Once it's in hand, no complaining. Casual and drop it, then we have a problem.
Solid point. Solid point. So, the 9th wicket is down. Maybe 7-4 is off the table now, but can you just force them to bowl another 5 balls, another 4 balls?
Yeah, that's the goal for this number 10 batter here.
Number 11.
Oh, number 11 actually. 9 is out now, right? So, yeah, that should be his goal at least. Well, he's a non-striker at the moment, so to support. Oh no, is that yes? He's a non-striker, or is he?
No, he's a striker.
Oh yeah.
Remember that change in the rules a couple of years ago?
Absolutely.
So it will be the youngster, the U21 player, Aditya Patel.
Well, that's Aditya challenge. 4 balls. I must stay. I must be there.
Stay here. 4 balls. It will not be easy against Stephen Wigg, though. You know what? If he's going to bowl that length, let him do that all day. Be there for 4 more balls. Now 3 more balls.
Yeah. He's a night watchman.
Wow. Below the belt.
No, but that's you. Listen, Brian. When you have a role, it's important, regardless of what it is. If that's the goal of the team. At this point, I would think bowling out the last 2 deliveries would be something that the coach would want. And that was a no ball or something. That's
called a wide. So it's interesting. The reason why that's wide and not a no ball, because if it pitches off of the square entirely, it's a no ball. But it would have had to have landed before the bowling crease for it to be considered a no ball. If it lands beyond the bowling crease, then it's just a wide. That is good umpiring. In the air, you get off of the what do you call it? Off the
strike,
the mark.
The mark.
They get 2. He wants 3. Do you know how close that ball came to hitting the helmet? Because that would have been 5 bonus runs on top of all of that. That is really interesting. So, a flurry of activity here to close the innings. 2 balls remaining. My unofficial score is 68 for 9. Stephen Wigg, again, his figures don't look bad, but he will have been the most expensive of all the bowlers today. Around the wicket now.
Hey, look at that shot.
Steal a single, no less.
You see?
And so, with 1 ball remaining, 4 runs from the over, 1 more ball to get 70 runs. The score is 69 for 9.
Swing! Come on, buddy. Size up. That's how you do the last ball of this innings. Ooh.
And it ends very anticlimactically with a dot ball. That is the end of the innings. 6 to 9 runs is all that the Khulle Sher team can put together. Remember, they chose to bat first. And having chosen to bat first, I think they'll be pretty disappointed with that effort. We'll see the scorecard here in just a minute. But until then, your thoughts of what you've seen in this first innings.
Yeah, I agree with you, Brian. 69, I'm sure Khulle Sher deciding to bat was not expecting that kind of number. Maybe with a 1 in front of it.
Yes.
might have been the goal, but not today for them as they play their final match, I think.
I would
of
imagine
this,
that that's the case. They
so-
were officially eliminated last night, so I think this is the last match that they've had in the group stages.
Well, I guess they would have to bowl. Their bowling innings will have to be one for the the history books to get this
Oh my goodness, yes.
Clarion Eagles side under that number. So,
Well, we'll get the scorecard up shortly, but I think, as I said, the effort that they had with the bat is not something that they'll be very enthused by. The ground staff is going to do what they do, but it feels as though the Clarion Eagles will not need to get out of second gear chasing this goal, chasing this target.
well, this target, I mean, Clarion Eagles have played 2 games and lost one, right? So,
Yep, so here's the scorecard. Top scores here. Abdullah Ghazi, 23 from 25. Zaid Alam, 19 from 27. Everyone else is in single digits, with the exception of Said Malhotra. He had 10 from 18. Everyone else is in single digits, and the bowlers, I think, did exactly what you'd have wanted in a game of this magnitude.
yeah, it was a tough day on the pitch for Sher, Sher. But let's see what the second innings bring.
Second innings, in theory, would be in about, we'd think, 10 minutes. Harmeet Singh, 4 overs, 2 for 3. For me, the pick of the bowlers. Stephen Wigg looked more expensive than he ended up being. In other words, 16 of those 28 runs came in 1 over, so it's a little bit deceptive. Sanjay Krishnamurthy, 4 overs, 2 for 14. Usman Tariq, the highest name in all of the bowling attack, did not take any wickets, went for almost 4 runs and over. And then Mohamed Mohsin, 4 overs, 2 for 8, typically miserly stuff from him. So we will take a break right here in the commentary area. We would imagine that sometime within the next 10 or so minutes we'll be back on the air to see whether or not the Clarion Eagles can chase a target of 7-0 runs. Not 1-7-0, 7-0. Join us back for the chase in about 10 minutes. Ned Hayes, you would not think that Pranav Chettipalayam and Mukhtar Ahmed would have trouble getting their team off to a fast start here, chasing 70 runs, would you?
Well, no. I think there's not a lot of pressure on them right now. It's only 70 needed. So you have to feel like that relieves a lot of the pressure. But, you know, we have seen some tricky stuff, some demons here in the wicket.
Subject ladder. Not a bad idea to start off with spin. Spin has been dominant this entire match. The ball has been turning square. It has been bouncing. It has been keeping low. It has been playing tricks. Not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea at all, but we did see Sarabjit Singh fire that one in pretty quickly. He doesn't do that terribly often. He really does enjoy to flight it. I think he's trying to get something out of this. That's more likely what you'll see from Sarabjit Lada.
So Nate, this tournament going on today. Playoffs start tomorrow. Semis on Saturday. Final on Sunday. Listen to what I just heard, Nate Hayes. For the pre-match show on Sunday, we will be joined by one Clive Hubert Lloyd.
Wow, that is something else.
Clive Lloyd, the former captain of the West Indies, and I will say I will tell you this, and this will be confirmed over here to my left. When we grew up in the Caribbean, the most important person was not one of the prime ministers of one of the islands. It was the captain of the West Indies cricket team. So Clive Lloyd was the most important personality in the entire Caribbean when we grew up.
Yeah, he does have some stature that comes with his name for certain. He's synonymous with cricket in general.
Absolutely stunning, and that gives me chills to know that he will be part of the broadcast, the pre-match broadcast on Sunday. And something tells me you're going to want to drive back down here, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah. I was like, when you said that, when you started this whole thing off, and you set that up, I'm like, oh no, what am I gonna miss out on here? And that's a pretty big miss, I gotta say.
That is a gigantic miss.
My God, have you ever met him before?
I have met Clive Lloyd several years ago when I was on the board of Yasaka. I interacted with him a lot because at the time the board used to do a lot of things with the West Indies. And at the time, I don't remember exactly what his role was with the West Indies, but he was still with the organization in an official capacity. This is early, maybe late 2012, early 2013, somewhere in that range. By the way, not sure exactly what this delay is about. Umpires are both having a chat with Captain Prabnur Singh, Prince Singh. Looks like whatever it is has been resolved and we're ready to go again. But yes, I did interact with him. I'm sure this was 13 years ago, so he probably doesn't remember me, but we did a fair amount of things with West Indies cricket back then. Dragging it into the leg side for 6.
Yeah, cleanly struck Mukhtar Ahmed. He's going to want to end this in a hurry. And they are 1/10 of the way there after that swat.
It's really interesting that you said that. I was about to say, how many times do you play one shot and that one shot brings you 10% of the way toward victory? Amazing. Again, all of this is set up by the tremendous bowling performance from the Clarion Eagles and maybe less than, let's call it, stellar batting from Khulle, Sher, and let's not be unkind. They were in many ways an overmatched side, both by the opposition and to some extent by the wicket, I would think.
Well, the spinners that load up this Clarion team don't need any aid at all, and they got it anyways.
Quicker and flatter. Wanted a single there, but sent back. Mukhtar Ahmed, eager to retain strike. Anyway, that is the end of over number 1. 7 in the book, 7 without loss.
I won't be surprised to see several wickets falling on the way to this 70 chase, especially with the quality of spinners that this Khulle Sher team has. With Malhotra taking the ball now.
More and more leg spin. Oh, you saw in many ways he's similar to Mohammed Mohsen, about the same height, maybe slightly tall. In fact, definitely taller than Mohammed Mohsen. But regulation or stock delivery is the leg break, turning away from the right-hander into the left-hander. Has the ability to bowl a googly, so that's why I have a slip fielder posted now to the left-handed Pranav Chetapaliyam. 1 from 2. Just a matter of 63 runs needed in the next 114 balls.
Yeah, Sahib quite a big guy for a spinner.
Yes.
Big and strong. His brother, Jaskar Malhotra, a wicketkeeper batsman. So I'm sure these guys had I'm sure they got along great.
Well, they got along great, but I can also tell you, excuse me, that Jaskaran himself, even though to my knowledge he has not bowled at the international level, is actually a brilliant bowler himself, can turn it both directions. I remember several years ago, great ball. Several years ago, this is maybe the Houston Premier League, and he was just out there messing around bowling, and I was keeping to him. And he'd turn one going down the leg side, they had another one going to the offside, both from a middle stump line. Just turning it in both directions. Just tremendous talent. And again, I don't know that he bowled at that level internationally. And this game is not going to last for much longer if you keep bowling full tosses down the leg side to Mukhtar Ahmed.
What a shot there. Mukhtar Ahmed.
Oh,
that was just a freebie right there.
That's it's we've been here a while. We're probably not going to win this. And that's unkind. I shouldn't say that. It's a full toss going down leg side, and that will always be put away for runs. So, look, you want to put yourself in the position to at least make them have to work to defeat you. And you'll not have them work to defeat you if you have full tosses going down the leg side.
Yeah, that's not going to accomplish really anything at all in your favor. But you have to think that was just a loose one. We've seen a lot of better stuff from Sahib this tournament for certain.
Great ball. If the pitch is doing that, there should be no excuse to bowl a full toss. Sam Malhotra this past season playing for the Kings 11 Dallas side.
Yeah, in that side, he got his quota an awful lot. As oftentimes they would go with just 5, maybe 6, would roll their arm over for that Dallas Kings 11 side.
Well, Kings 11, I think it's without revisiting the entire minor league season. I think that they would have wanted to have had more strike bowling toward the end of the season. Played into the offside. Is it going to go for 4? No. It's going to be pulled back. Mukhtar Ahmed, that's his first scoring stroke. That was not a 6. 1 ball remaining. In fact, no, that's the end of over number 2. 2 in the book, 16 without loss.
You only need 54 runs left. Need to just go at 3 and over. There's no pressure at all. And we'll see Mukhtar Ahmed and Pranav show you exactly what it means to not have any pressure. I think Mukhtar is going to try to end it in a hurry as he started, but Pranav Chetapaliyam, what a talent he is. Former USA U19. Really shows a lot of promise here for the future for this young man.
You would have seen Sarjit Ladda a lot longer than I have. My question for you, as he's now bowling to Pranav Chittapalli, does he have a good googly?
Yes. Yes, he does have a good googly. He likes to set it up, so he likes a lot of cracks at the same guy. So dot balls are your enemy if you're batting against Sarabjit Lada.
Well, you don't have a lot of time to set guys up when you're only defending 70. But I would think that might have been the googly there, over the top, and it's going to run away for 4. But I think the idea would be to try to get the left-hander to play on the leg side against the turning ball, in other words, the googly. See if we can pick this up here. No, I think it might just have been the regulation leg break.
That was very, very, very full.
But it was full and wide, encouraging the shots over the offside. Did that go all the way? No, just 4. So, yes, it's a situation where, as I said earlier, they may not need to get out of second gear chasing this target, but you at least want to make them work for it.
And that's more of what you'll see from Lada, as far as I was flighted quite a bit more than the prior delivery and more out of length. That was very, very flat.
Tell you what, he looked as though he wanted to pull that away on the leg side. Be interesting in seeing what decision umpire Conrad Rogers makes here. And it just shows that it's a bye. Let's see what happens here. This ball turns a lot. And it turned so much that it went wide of first slip. So that gives you a sense of, and it was just a bye. So it didn't come off of anything.
A lot of the career leader for minor league wickets. Mukhtar decides to try and stay on top of this one. He was the first to 100 wickets, was Sarabjit Lada in minor league. And we were mentioning before how Pranav Chittapalli is a member of that was a member of that USA U19 squad the last time they were in a World Cup. They've made it there again, and we'll talk a little bit more about that after we return from the break here. After 3 overs, 22 without loss.
Atlanta Fire, star-studded Atlanta Fire, one of the favorites.
Man, indeed, but that one is smack.
Oh, this one is lobbed into the onside, a slow, short ball.
And Malhotra continues. And he'll be given a wide on that delivery. Chelsea Douglas, you know a thing or two about the development of cricket here in the USA. I had ended that last over talking a little bit about the men's U19 squad. We have a couple of players in this tournament that are going to be playing in the men's nationals starting tomorrow down in Houston. And those players are for the East Red, Vivek Kanumuri, and from the East Blue, Sahar Swathan, the vice captain of that team. We saw, whoa, that's up in the air and it's gone.
Woo, a hefty blow right back behind the bowler. What a way to welcome Shahib.
What a shot there by Pranav. Looks a little bit reminiscent of that straight 6 he played against Canada to send USA U19 into the World Cup a couple of years ago. The young talent is now 12 off of 8.
Yeah, some great talent coming up in the USA spectrum of cricketers, especially from the youths. They're going to be paving the way for USA, doing some great things.
Yeah, the youth, and you're up there in that New York area where there's lots and lots and lots of promising youth cricketers on both boys and girls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. No doubt about it. The game has great potential to soar higher heights. Just got to work out the kinks. But as we see Sahib come up here now to challenge.
This one might race to the bat. Nope, the grass is going to kill it. It'll be 2 runs.
Yeah, 2 runs off of that third ball in the over.
And Chelsea, lots of, as I mentioned, lots of good youth players up your way in New York. A lot of good coaches too. I remember the 2021 U19 Men's National Championship won by the East. Going into it, I don't think many people were saying the East was going to win. Up in the air, Sahib under it, and he takes the catch off his own bowling.
Good job there, judging it nicely. Staying calm and getting under it, running back a little bit.
Not the easiest thing to do, having just delivered the ball, to turn around and race to it and track it down over your shoulder and catch it. But that ends Pranav's day shortly after the 6.
Yeah, and look at that. So Sher was able to nab a wicket here in the 4th over. 4 balls being bowled in it.
Well, they're going to need a whole lot more than that. And Akarshik Gomal, the captain, makes his way to the middle. Chelsea, as I was saying, good coaching up there in the New York area, yourself included. But I was reminiscing a bit about the 2021 U19 Men's Nationals, which featured Saimu Kamala helping his East squad to the championship. Earl Holland was the coach. I remember how confident Earl was that they would actually win. I mean, he had a lot of faith in the talent of his team up there. The culture in New York, there's a lot of very good cricket up there.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Sai is a really good player. I mean, the East have some great prospects coming through. You could always get good quality coming out of the East of late. So, and coaches like Earl Daly is one.
Earl Daly, I said the wrong Earl.
That's all right. He's a pretty good coach. Work with the youths coming through. Yeah, he's, I think, with the Dream Cricket group.
Thank you for the correction there. As Sahib continues, 2 slips.
Ooh.
Ooh, this one gets through in and out of the gloves of Ryan Scott. And there's a moan all around.
Yeah, because Sher need every wicket they can get at the moment. Oh my goodness. That would have said something for them at this point in time if it was 32 for 2.
Short that time. And flashed away for 4. Gomal wants to hurry this up. Leading from the front. This one stayed pretty straight, but got good bounce. It didn't matter. Well, that brings up the end of the 4th over, 36 with a loss of 1. 2 overs left in the power play. And we're halfway there to victory.
Yeah, because the run rate is what, 9?
Yep.
Run rate is soaring over what is needed, so we would need some miraculous hat tricks, and as I was telling Brian the other day, beaver trick. You know what's a beaver trick?
What's a beaver trick?
That's when you get 4 in a row. Back in the day, they used to say that's a beaver
trick. Well, that's better.
Yeah.
I like that. See, finally, something to say other than the double hat trick, which I think makes no sense at all.
Yeah.
Because double hat trick to me is like 6 in a row.
Exactly.
Who's going to do that?
Yeah.
You got to start with the wicket on your first ball. Pretty much. Well, I guess you could go across overs.
Yeah, I had to tell Brian about that last time. We were talking about it. That's an old one that was used for when you get 4 wickets. You get a beaver.
Beaver trick. I'm going to have to think about that one. I like that. So you could maybe borrow from bowling and call it a turkey or something.
Yeah.
Aditya with the ball here.
It's not a term used as much, you know, anymore, but it's still, you know,
I like it. I like
a
it.
known term in the cricketing world. Wow. Cracked away. Will it have the legs? No, it doesn't. Stop short. Only resulting in 2 runs.
A little bit of suspense there every time it's struck.
Sounded pretty good off the bat. It's not much needed here in this to pull this game through for the Clarion Eagles. They just have to keep, you know, picking up the 1s and 2s, and they'll be home in no time.
And if you're Adi Patel, you want to make it as hard on them as you can. Very
My
full
goodness.
and very deep.
You don't want to miss a Yorker. That's for sure. I mean, you could make it tough by, you know, hitting some toes, but not by missing it. So.
Well, you and I can have a really long conversation right now, I think, as they go to try to chase this ball down, because it went a mile and then raced on the concrete.
Yeah. It was a big one, though.
Very
It was a 6 that kept going.
Well, Mukhtar had a tough time in that Super 8 for minor league. Didn't really see the Mukhtar Ahmed that we know and come to expect, but he is showing that right now. He's showing what he's capable of right now with 23 off of 14. I think Adi Patel will know that he bowled that one a little bit in the wrong place.
All right, all right. Good answer back now. He's like, you can only do that to me one time in this over, particularly, hopefully.
Yeah, it was a great answer. You saw that make Mukhtar very uncomfortable, handcuffing him.
Let's see how Mukhtar is going to answer. Ooh, ouch.
Oof.
Wow, I felt that from all the way over here.
Yeah, that's not fun. Mukhtar took a mighty hack at that.
My goodness. Wonder if he would need some treatment after that one.
He might be asking for it right now.
Yeah. Was pitching it short of a length there, but it kept lower than he expected.
Looks like it went off the inside of the knee.
And it got him good.
Oof.
Whew. On that left knee there.
Special knee spray.
My goodness. I hope that can has enough to penetrate the pants and the...
Maybe. You know, I think the magic spray is magic no matter if it's over the pants or not.
Well, okay then. We talked about the witch's brew that Clarion had in the first innings. So let's see.
Let's see.
Maybe they have some special potions for when you get knocked on the knee.
Well, we'll see right
You don't
here.
need to put it on the skin.
Well, if Mukhtar ends this in 4 more swings, we'll know what's in that spray. Might have to introduce some kind of testing into the league.
But it seems like Aditya is stating his claim after that 6. He's like, you can't do it to me again. Now we have one more ball to answer here. Let's see. Yeah, good bowling. Don't let it pass. That's good.
Good bowling, a good adjustment by Mukhtar to stay on top of that. And after 5 overs, Clarion 45 for 1.
5 overs, 45 runs. You and I can both do that math, Chelsea Douglas. That's 9 runs and over. When you need 1.67 runs and over for victory with 9 wickets in hand, should I ask about your win predictor, or are you going to tell me something political like it could go either way?
As I think about this one, I would say that the job of Sher at the moment is to make sure that they get all 25 runs off the bat, avoiding any extras. Don't make their life any easier than it already is.
Whoa!
Here comes the opening bowler.
Abdullah Ghazi. That ball leapt off of the surface. We've talked all day that if the ball pitches in the right that spot where Akarshik Gomel is currently tapping, if it pitches anywhere near there, it plays tricks. Look at this. Look where this ball lands. Boom. Oh, that is unplayable. And if you're a bowler, you try to take as much psychological advantage to that as much as you can. Stare at that spot. Oh, that helped. It snaked up at him, and it's going to go over fine leg for 4, but another brutal delivery from Abdullah Ghazi.
I think the challenge here for Sher is to... That one was short, but going down leg. So even though it came up on him quickly, he was able to just guide it along in the direction and get that easy 4 in the end. But Sher's job is to bowl to their field. So if that's what you plan to do, I mean, we need to have support for that type of bowling, because it doesn't show that...
Brutal strike. Mukhtar Ahmed wants to finish this game very quickly. And if the first one was very, let's call it unsettling, this next one was a shot of authority. Look where this lands. Maybe 3 yards outside of the ropes out here in front of us. But with that strike, you're now 17 runs away from this game being done and dusted.
Yeah. I mean, 6 fielders on the off stump. And we're not really seeing most of the balls staying in that area. So he needs to adjust this.
Well, bear in mind that you're still inside the power play. 2 fielders outside in the deep, 1 in front of us at long on, the other at, let's call it, just forward of square leg. Mukhtar Ahmed is in a mood for this game to be finished by over number 7. Last 2 balls coming up here, and it's not easy to bat on this pitch, but you get the sense that's what he wants. Banged away into the deep, a lot of work for deep mid-wicket. And he feels it cleanly. I thought off the bat, Mukhtar Ahmed would have thought that would have gone for a 4. So they only end up getting 1 run, Chelsea Douglas. Should they have gone for 2?
No, not in that instance. For what reason? No pressure at all.
Did you say for what reason? By the way, the 50 is now up. We didn't acknowledge that. 1 ball remaining here in over number 6. Last ball of the power play. Do you spread your field after the power play is finished?
I doubt it. You just want your bowlers to bowl the line and length of the field that you have set.
They pinch a single off this last ball. Take a look at this right before we go to a commercial break. Shot the non-striker's end, but safely home in the end. Mukhtar Ahmed, he'll maintain the strike as we go into over number 7, 55 for 1. Make that 50. Yep, 55 for 1.
The annual Atlanta Open T20 tournament returns October 7th to 12th in Atlanta, Georgia. Presented by Atlanta Fire Cricket and Tariq Real Estate, 12 teams packed with the best domestic and international T20 talent will be on show. Catch live action on the MLC Network, Willow Cricket, and T Sports.
Well, 55 for 1. Just for fun, let's compare the 2 power plays. When Khulle Sher batted at the end of the power play, they had 20 runs. If your worm looks like an alligator opening its mouth with a severe underbite, then you know you have a problem. Because this game, in theory, would be finished within the next couple of overs. That stayed low. Did that hit the helmet? It came very close to hitting the helmet. And let's see here. Let's watch umpire Conrad Rogers shows two buys. It's going to be interesting to see how close that ball came to hitting the helmet behind Ryan Scott. Take a look at this. There. And it gets through Ryan Scott. And boy, less than a foot. Obviously, if the ball hits the helmet, that would have been 5 bonus runs, 5 penalty runs. As it is, you get 2 buys.
Yeah, I mean, Sher wouldn't want to have to give away 5 runs. So that's something to be to note as they scamper for one quick one there from that 5th ball of that over from Abdullah. You wouldn't want to have at this point the over being 10, have 15.
Now, in the context of this game, it doesn't make a very big difference. Powered away into the deep, that's going to be 4. You have 8 more runs to go before this game is fully done and dusted. Don't know if you heard when I said it. No, went for 4. Signaled 4 by the umpire. In fact, signaled. What did I say?
8. It's 11.
We'll take a look at this here shortly.
Oh, they didn't update, I guess.
Not exactly sure what the scorekeepers are doing. The score is 62 for 1. 8 needed for victory. And don't know whether or not you heard when I said this earlier. For the pregame show on Sunday, and I believe I heard you say you're leaving on Saturday, but for the pregame show on Sunday, we'll be joined in the pregame show by one Clive Hubert Lloyd.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
That's amazing. And that's really good. I need to change my flight. What's happening here? I didn't get the heads up.
Oh, down the ground. That should be all. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. A huge strike from Captain Akarshit Gomel, and that, by my unofficial count, is the end of the 2 runs remaining in the slot, and drilled over long on for 6.
Big shot. Almost went to the roof of that person's house there.
Now, you are at the point where there's just nothing to play for. Do you just come up and just bowl the best Yorker you can? You try to bowl the best bouncer you can to let him know you have some pace for future tournaments? Bang down the ground, 6 more, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is good night and good luck. This is domination inside of 7 overs. Clarion Eagles not needing to get out of second gear, only needing 3 batters and only needing 6 overs and 4 balls to do it. Make that 5 balls. Captain Akarshit Gomel goes down the ground for a big 6 to close things out. That is the end of the match, ladies and gentlemen. Your thoughts? In fact, the scorecard has it incorrect. I believe that it says Mukhtar Ahmed scored all those runs. Some of those were by Akarshit Gomel. I know that for a fact. But anyway, your thoughts?
Well, I think the Clarion Eagles have stamped their name on this game and on this tournament, that they are a force to reckon, taking down the culture for 69 and then getting the target in less than 7 overs. States that they are trying to come up on that points table pretty soon, playing their 3rd game. So I think they win 2 now. Let's see.
Well, let's take a look at the standings. Apologies for clearing my throat. Clarion Eagles have not yet been updated. Given that it just happened about 30 seconds ago, not surprising. But Clarion Eagles will now be at 3-1. Don't know what the Central Cardinals have done. The Kingsmen also 2-1. So those three teams were tied at the top in terms of points. Clarion Eagles with a better net run rate would have been on top. And with this victory, they will have absolutely a much better net run rate because of the dominance that they've showed here. So it means that they are at least in the position of being number one. I suspect that they will definitely be the number one team, as we've gotten word from the powers that be, is that they are the number one team starting in the playoffs starting tomorrow. And so the Atlanta Force, in fact the Khulle ends their campaign with no wins and 4 losses. Nothing to hold your head about there. This is a tournament where you come up across some big names, and I think you've seen evidence of it here. Maybe let's just go over the scorecard once more just for fun, just to see what happened. Not a lot of names on the scorecard for the batting unit. You see here that you have, in fact, I've been asked to adjudicate for player of the match. Boy, this is a tough one. It is going to have to be a bowler. I would have to say it would have to be Harmeet Singh. And we'll talk about that in the interim, but my unofficial vote would be for Harmeet Singh as player of the match. As it relates to the scorecard, Pranav Chettipalayam 14 from 11. Mukhtar Ahmed says not out 49 from 25. I know that at least a couple of those were Akashik Gomel, but doesn't matter in the big picture. 74 runs is what they score in 6.5 overs. Lost the 1 wicket of Pranav Chettipalayam. The bowlers, every single one who bowled went for double digit with an economy rate, with the exception of Sarbjit Lada. And it's not surprising that he also led the bowling attack with dot balls, with 8. Everybody else was treated pretty rudely. And then you see Aditya Patel taken to the cleaners in that last over. Pretty straightforward victory in the end for the Clarion Eagles by the margin of 9 wickets. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. We will indeed be back on the air tomorrow. In the meantime, there are other matches going on around the Paramveer Sports Complex. If you happen to be watching this feed, then just go back to the Major League Cricket main page and then select all the matches that are ongoing as we speak. And in the meantime, the matches, let's call it the business end of the tournament, starts tomorrow, culminating in the final on Sunday, where, as I said earlier, one Sir Clive Hubert Lloyd, the captain of the West Indies cricket team from the 1970s and 80s, will be part of our pregame show. Good night and good luck. Whoa. Any last words before you go, Miss Chelsea Douglas?
It was lovely to have a great day of commentary with you, Brian Walters, and I look forward to it tomorrow.
Good night, everybody.